Last summer, just after the Ruby Specialized arrived from Rutland Cycling and just before I moved to Bristol, my Canyon arrived. It was delayed and then it was pulled forward again, so it was a bit up in the air as to when it would arrive. And it arrived with a stuck derailleur, so I had to talk to Canyon and get that sorted, which I'll talk more about at the end of this video. So I am out, I'm all bundled up, well, except I've got bare legs. Yes, don't look, they're not shaved. Best not show you, they're not shaved. But a little skin showing, not much today. So shortly after I got the Canyon, I moved to Bristol. So not only have I been getting to know my new bike, I've been getting to know new routes, new rides, and I'm still exploring even months later. And today I went left where I normally go right off the bike path, and I discovered a nice long steady climb. And at the top I've discovered I'm out by the airport. So I now know how to get to the airport on my bike. Not sure how helpful that is. But yeah, so I'm getting my bearings still here around Bristol. I'm just gonna go over the bike and things I like about it and just generally talk to you about it and my thoughts. So as I mentioned, it's the Endurace and it's the carbon fiber SL. And it's the 7.0 version, which means it's the 105 group set. It's got DT Swiss tires, or wheels, I should say, Schwab tires. I'm liking the larger tires, definitely it's a nice comfortable ride. The larger tire and the disc brakes give me lots of confidence on the road and on wet days. Loving that. Your usual double crank on the front, and it's a 50-34, pretty typical. Yeah, front derailleurs 105, it's all 105, hydraulic disc, brakes. The one thing I've noticed with these shifters is when I put my bike upside down to clean it or take the wheels off, this scrapes. I mean, it did it the first time. I'm not roughing it up, it just really easily scrapes. I do like the gel, or not the gel, the tape, I don't know if it's gel or not, but it's cushy. It's not slippy. When you're sweaty, it absorbs the sweat, so like that. Here, oh, the first ding, and we can blame Nathan for that. Not really. On a ride, a rock pinged up, hit my leg, bounced off my leg, hit my bike, and chipped it. So, gotta get the first one over with. Internal cabling, I love that. It just makes the bike look very neat and tidy. And I've got these water bottle cages that I think match the bike nicely. They are side opening, which is really handy when I have the frame bag on. It just, the bottle comes out sideways anyway, so that works well for me. The saddle, my Celia Italia is getting a bit roughed up. I might try to get some conditioner on there for the leather, but I really love the look of the saddle that the bike came with, but it wasn't 100% comfortable. I started to think about it after probably around the 70k mark. I don't think you should ever be thinking about your saddle. I think you should be enjoying the ride. So I swapped my saddles to my good old battered favorite. We've gone many miles together. It's as comfortable as always. So right now I have the Ortlieb bag on, and I got the extra baggage just because I have cameras out with me today. But yeah, it rides beautifully. I can't wait to take it on some massive rides. The Audax, I rode it on, so 200k, no problems. Absolutely, it fits me beautifully. It is the size up from what's recommended, but I'm happy that I went with that. I would prefer not to be too scrunched up, and I prefer not to have my saddle raised really high. I like to keep level with my handlebars. I find that more comfortable, more even pressure for me, spread out, and I have long legs. So yeah, I don't want to be pulling my saddle to the max height or be getting longer seat tubes, because I just think it puts more flex on it, and I just think I'd rather have a saddle that goes to the height for my legs and then adjust other things accordingly. There's my setup, so you know, the saddle to the handlebars is pretty good, and I think if I had a smaller bike, I'd be pulling up that saddle more and putting more pressure on my wrists. So I'm very comfortable on this bike. The Audax, I had no problems. I'm super comfortable. I'm looking forward to many more Audaxes on this bike and many more adventures, much more exploring. But Rutland are sending me another bike, so the good thing about that is this bike isn't getting a lot of wear and tear, and I'm gonna, you know, make the most of getting to try new bikes, because it's allowing me to compare, say, this 105 group set to the Ultegra on the Specialized and understand what your money gets you, what the difference is, and all of that. And one of the differences I did notice is during the Audax that I would, in changing gears, I would miss the paddle and in the gloves when I was wearing gloves, and I think I was hitting this and I couldn't change the gear properly, but I've never had it happen on the Ultegra wearing gloves or not. But the new 105 has just come out, so this version of this bike, I think there's a few left, but the new version of this bike for this year comes with the new 105 group set, which takes advantage of some of the technology from the Ultegra group set that's trickled down to the 105. So if you get a new bike this year with that 105, I'll put the proper name of the group set, they all come with numbers, you'll get the advantage of some really nice upgrades, I think. So the new group set sounds lovely, but I love this one, it works great. Very happy with my bike. I am so pleased. Value for money, I think it's fantastic. It rides nice, it's comfortable, and I love the color, that blue. I mean, oh, fell in love with that blue. It got a bit cold out there, so I grabbed a coffee and came back home and warmed up, so ready to go again. So the difference between the 105 and Ultegra that's most noticeable as a rider is the 105 shifts beautifully, but the Ultegra is just a slight bit more crisp in its shifting, but both are very reactive and they are both great group sets. But if you're counting grams and you have the money, then Ultegra probably something you want to consider. For me, I had a budget and 105 fit into that. That's about the main points between the two group sets that as a rider, you know, I noticed, not on a technical level, there are design differences between the two. At the beginning I mentioned when I got the bike, the front derailleur was stuck, so I couldn't shift the front chainring. And I contacted Canyon and they were very apologetic, told me to take it straight to my local bike shop and have them fix it. And as long as it was under, I think it was 40 or 50 pounds, just go ahead, get it sorted and send them the bill. If it was over that, just to contact them briefly, because that would indicate to them it was something more serious. So Canyon were really quick to react. It's always shown to me how good a company is when they react well when something goes wrong. It's easy to be a good company when everything's going smoothly. To me, it shows a lot about a company when something goes wrong and how they react and how quickly they react. And it was a very positive experience for me. So that's my Canyon, and expect to see it in many more videos and pictures if you follow me on Instagram. It's a fantastic bike. The GoPro has no idea what to do with the color of it. As you saw, it randomly changes color on screen magically. It's quite cool, actually. Hard to photograph, but very cool. If you enjoyed that and you want to know more about the different bikes I've ridden, and which is a good way to get to know the ins and outs of different types of bikes, I have a playlist there. Enjoy that. If you enjoyed the videos, appreciate a thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.